Do you see how needy Kiki's being tonight, by the way? She's just like...
I see that. All right, cool. So, welcome to the Action Sturge. We are working through our pre-session, and then I'll do a proper intro. But feel free to hang out and listen in. Okay, so we had some other questions that needed to be answered. Harrison, would you like to tell us about your lovely lady? Who is no more?
So I think I said a name, but I finally chose one I liked.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it's the same one.
Okay.
But her name was Jezebel. She had beautiful golden locks, bright crystal blue eyes, and she had a dimple on her left cheek. She had a very cheerful pixie laugh and had a very pleasant singing voice without any prior knowledge of any bardic studies.
Dimple on left cheek and lovely singing voice and Jezebel.
Yes.
All right. What was your relationship with her?
We were lovers, and she and I, we were very close. It was kind of like an accidental encounter as well. I was getting the shit beat out of me, and she scared him off. Not again. And she's like, "That's right, not again."
Never again. Interesting. So she was tough.
She wasn't tough. She was just intimidating. Like that Chi-Chi aura.
Okay.
Like Goku's wife.
Chi-Chi aura. All right. And then, what are your views of the gods?
I fear them. I've never met one, so I will never openly admit that I don't believe. But I also am like not trying to piss them off or anger them. So I'm just like, I respect it, but I am very fearful of them.
Okay. All right, cool.
Oh, and my song title, I Sing to Mourn Her, it's called Jezebel Blues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty key. I need to know that. All right, cool. Mr. Barbarian, how is death treated in your homeland? What traditions or rituals do you have for sending someone off to the afterlife?
Death is a natural thing, and sure, you can absolutely mourn those who have died, but you should always have in mind that they're in a better place. They are in one of the many planes in the afterlife, depending on how they died. We burn their bodies either out to sea or on big piles of wood, sort of like to send their body as well to the afterlife properly, because their body can't stay here. They need that in the afterlife. So we burn them.
So if like is anybody not burned? Like, is there like a punishment for having like a dishonorable death or something?
Yes. If you are deemed a criminal of a pretty a pretty serious criminal, like kinslayer or the like, then you are not burned. Your body is shucked to the pigs as feed, or whatever your family or closest relatives or the person you pissed off wants to do with your body.
Okay.
Usually how that goes.
And that means no access into the afterlife festivities.
They do have access to the afterlife, probably, but not a good place.
Okay. Awesome.
I know you said kinslayer. but I so heard kitten slayer.
They're on the same level, just about, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah,
too, but
yeah.
it was like either way, equally as punishable.
Exactly.
Still pretty harsh crimes.
And then
And me and my shit accent. I'm sorry.
oh no, you're
No,
fine.
it's
You're
all
fine.
Some of us have shit hearing.
Well, you have to account for
Pretty fair.
Discord as well. So
Yes.
As a account for redneck internet over here.
yes.
Redneck internet.
Perfect for
Oh my
Discord.
goodness.
There's just a satellite like duct taped to the side of the house, like.
Basically, yeah. Powered by mice in a wheel.
Powering a
Go
signal.
on, little junior.
So so Barbarian, tell me about the gods.
Hold on, come on, man.
Tell me about the gods, Harold.
There are... Well, now Harold knows about more gods than he knew about before, but because he believes in or are close to, are fickle, and they are very close to what we are. They are alive and they walk with us. They are just a step above us.
Okay.
They are to be respected and feared. Just respected, feared, and also loved. What else?
He
Under
can count.
pain of death.
He can count the amount of gods on his hands now. There's more than just one.
His pantheon is probably about like 20 gods or something. Like just his pantheon. But he doesn't really know what everyone does. He knows like the three most important, according to him. He, when seeing his viewpoint on the other pantheons, the other gods, are that they are to be treated as a fellow kin, not kitten. They are to be treated the same with respect, because they have power in our lives. How much he doesn't quite know, but he is very God fearing, absolutely.
Now, I have another question about that too, to add on to it. Does Harold believe that people can become gods, or are they just completely separate? Like, is there a path to godhood, or for a mortal man, or
You can become a god, but that would require extraordinary feats of anything. Like so many of the gods have to approve of you, like becoming one of them, in the afterlife.
and
It's like a VIP treatment. Like, oh, no, you're cool. You can get in. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
And does that conflict at all with how like Aziz and Tyrion might see the gods?
Oh, are you asking us?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't conflict with mine. I mean, I would kind of agree with that. If you are, you know, a great force for your gods and, you know, do as you're told and accomplish great feats, then I see no reason why you wouldn't ascend.
Yeah, I mean, the gods are powerful beings. Who's to say how they got there?
Yeah.
Very nice. I like it. Okay, cool.
I love how the barbarian actually like can talk to both the druid and the cleric about, you know, gods, and it's all cool.
Yeah.
Well, why not? Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
Important stuff. Let's okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I suppose the thief is the only person we haven't talked to yet. Am I correct?
Yep.
All right. Cool.
He was hiding in the he was
yeah,
hiding in
think
the bushes. That's
As
why
always. So Rook, tell me, Rook,
Naturally.
is there anyone that you won't steal from?
Well, Well, to be quite honest, Tyrion is on the list. He doesn't know it. No one. He doesn't know that I stole from him to start with, but because I stole from him, because I stole his golden hammer, I feel pretty bad about that, and I probably won't do it again. He's went to extraordinary lengths to convert me to his religion, and secretly, I'm kind of growing fond of it. So it wouldn't be surprised to nothing would be a surprise.
Okay. Everybody else in the group is fair game though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you want to mess with Harold? That scares me.
Except for Harold, because we got a con.
Yeah,
we're brothers in crime here. I don't know about it, but
Yeah, it'd be. I need to steal something from you, but it's all part of the act, okay?
That's the con.
the con is just, hey, can I borrow that thing? Yeah, I won't return it. That's cool.
Yeah, okay.
But trust me, this is going to pay off in like 6 months.
Interest rate is off
They
the
can't
charts,
have- The con hasn't revealed itself yet.
Actually, we're the bad guys.
The war chiefs are after us.
Yeah, it's all about how you view it, right?
I'm the bad guy.
So, that's it. I think we've done what we came here to do.
Good night, everybody.
It's over.
Rook, how do you see the gods? I guess you kind of answered that already, didn't you? You're kind of like, they're growing on you, aren't they?
In a way.
Particularly Janrik or perhaps another god?
Yeah, particularly Janrik.
Okay.
It seems to be, the less penalizing god.
Yes. All right. Cool. So that I think that's everything, right? That's all the questions. So now we can begin with the stream. Welcome to the Action Sturge. Tonight we are playing some Dungeon World. Thank you for the host, Blaster Dragon. Appreciate that. Tonight we were playing some Dungeon World. We are 4 sessions into a campaign here. So far the group is traveling to the Vulture's Arena and discovering many things about themselves and the world as they go along. Do want to give a big shout out to dndwow.com. They have a great selection of dice to buy. Some of their best dice are their 30mm metal mood dice. They change colors, and if you use our code, theactionsturge, you can get 10% off of your order. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Check them out. Get your dice for yourself or for a loved one, and also we have Plaster Dragon here tonight. You want to say something about your channel?
Sure. Twitch.tv/theplasterdragon. And we do D&D. We do some video game stuff. We just launched in February something called Bowl of Cereal, which is going to be like the old time serials, a different show every Saturday night. So it'll be once a month for each campaign, and we're going to have Doctor Who, we're going to have superheroes, Star Wars, and modern D&D.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Should be some good crazy stuff.
Very nice. And then I guess if everybody wants to go around and introduce themselves, their character, and then we've done an interesting fact about their character. Their character's favorite food. Everybody will do their character's favorite food. We'll go ahead and start with Rook.
I'm Deacon Smith. I'll be playing Rook, halfling thief, and my favorite food is sausage.
All right, Tyrion.
I'm sorry.
Was it the
Ah,
way?
We're
Was it,
adults
was
here.
it,
It's
was,
nice.
was it the way he said sausage, or?
No, it reminded me of the Golden Company.
Okay.
Plaster Dragon, also known as Brian. I'm playing a human cleric named Tyrion, and Tyrion enjoys fresh breads of any variety.
Mm.
Ooh, very nice. Go ahead, Harold.
Hi, I'm Martcake or Eddie. I'm playing Harold the Barbarian. Harold's favorite food is just some good old cooked fish and potatoes.
Very nice. Harrison.
Hello, my name's Maddie, or Fork Puff. I'm usually here on the Action Sturge channel. I will be playing Harrison the Bard today, and his favorite food would have to be chocolate-covered strawberries.
Ooh.
That is so Harrison.
Just take the two things that are probably impossible to get and eat them together.
Or filet mignon. There we go. You got two different things. You got savory, you got sweet. It works out.
And Aziz.
My name is Terry. I'm here on the Action Sturge, and I'm playing Aziz, the halfling druid. His favorite food is probably just going to be a well-roasted rabbit. Spit over the open fire.
Very nice.
Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Chocolate-covered rabbit.
You sure you don't want that in chocolate?
All right.
Quite fun.
So the last time we were all together, there was an assassination plot brewing, and I can't quite remember what the end decision of that was. I believe it was to kind of hold off and wait.
The decision was not to decide, yeah.
Okay. The decision
Well,
was
no.
indecision.
We had decided if we could only take out one, Clive or the Warlord's lieutenant. Cannot remember his name right now. We would take out the Warlord's lieutenant because he's fond of torture and all that. Whereas Clive is just mostly a dick.
I mean, he is also a murderer, to be fair.
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
But he's like small scale murder, and I feel like Torture Guy is like larger scale murder.
Exactly.
this is
Exactly. The
personal
worst
murder.
of two evils. But we wanted to watch his the movements of his guards and all that, and come up with a plan to keep us as far from the implication as possible.
And we also wanted to see the fallout of the Nordic Poetry Slam.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Because we felt like there was going to be some entertaining after effects of that that could play into things.
Yes.
I'd completely forgotten.
Somehow I did too.
Wasn't the guy's name like Dunweevil or something like that?
Dwemer, I think it was. Dwemer.
The guy that you were challenging to the thing. Who was that?
Unwell?
No. No, he was challenging Clive Giswaldo.
Oh, Clive
But
Giswaldo, right? Okay, yeah.
The torture guy was like Dwemer or something like that.
Dwemer, yeah. Dwemer. All right.
Notice how quickly all of us are going to write that down so we won't have to ask you again.
I don't know what you're
Right.
talking about.
That is the life of a GM.
It really is.
Well, and I'm just as bad, to be honest. I definitely depend on my amazing group of players to keep track of a lot of characters for me. So, So is the poetry slam, is that something we wanted to take care of before we got to the next, like, is anything something we wanted to take care of before we got to the next town? Or what?
I mean, it could wait, I guess.
Whenever is narratively convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
People are gathered. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's maybe it would be bad narratively to kill either one of those people at this point or this early on. I don't know. I may be wrong.
I think you got a point.
I mean, I think Dwemir it might be okay because he's just a lieutenant,
Mhm.
which could cause intrigue and drama, especially if we are able to get away with it
Mhm.
without them tracing it back to us. Whereas, killing Harrison's nemesis 3 episodes or 4 episodes into the series, probably a little anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's agreed. Yeah, and as far as like when, I mean, if you guys wanted to attempt something before the next town, that's fine. If you wanted to wait until you get to town and see if you can find a better opening, like in the town. But there's basically one more town before you guys get to Vulture's Arena, and there's probably about 2 days travel left. So
I don't know. I'm thinking doing it while we're. It's just our 2 caravans have combined for the moment, right?
yes,
Yes.
and probably for
I
the
think
rest
that
of the
would
trip.
be very suspicious if we didn't have some other distraction or something going on.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll confer with Rook on that.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
So yeah, we'll just keep an eye out and wait for an opportunity.
Okay.
Should it present itself?
And so yeah, so now that you've joined up with this other caravan, Clive is you can see Clive is hanging out with Dwemir's crew, and there's a couple other there's a couple other new carts. There's a couple other there's some more new people who've kind of blended in. They seem all pretty okay, especially compared to like Dwemir and his crew. And of course, there's the people you have been traveling with. Oh, whatever became of the pig, the boar?
Oh, right, the sacrifice.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew Harold was sitting on it.
Yeah, and some dwarves got really pissy about it.
Well, they wanted to eat it, yes.
Yeah, there's gonna be some ceremony, wasn't there? To appease your gods.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because Aziz had the vision of me dying.
Right. And I'll assist if you need anything for this ritual. Gladly.
Same.
Yes, describe the ritual to us, if you will.
He would strap up the boar to a tree, still alive, with a rope. Face painted, thanks to Harrison. With the markings. Very neatly done. Perhaps a bit too neatly, according to Harold, but I don't have a chant or anything prepared. That's the thing.
And that's fine too.
Unfortunately, because I completely forgot about this as well. But he would speak about the gods and ask for forgiveness of whatever deed he has done, whatever they are angry about, and offer up this boar, this game, this hunt, as a show of appreciation for them, for what they've done throughout his life. And he would slit the throat of the boar with his dagger, and into a wooden bowl, the blood would spill into it. He would take a couple of branches with leaves on them, sort of smear them into the blood, and sort of just flick the blood onto his face and body. And when the boar has finally died of blood loss, he would set fire to it to sort of cremate it.
What is with you and fire?
So, and
It's
who?
the first fire.
And who?
That's
all,
really going to piss off
Four
dwarves because they
sessions
can
in, it's
smell
the
it
first
cooking
fire.
and they can't eat it.
who
They all smell the pork sizzling.
Who all is there witnessing this?
Anyone
What?
who's there witnessing needs to get the blood flicked onto their face as well.
No problem.
I'm in.
Oh, can I at least change my clothes?
No.
You're well past that, Harrison.
Gets in your little notebook that you're writing in.
Well, I imagine it's funny because I don't think Harold would have a bowl on him, so I'd imagine I'd be like, "Hey, Nana, are you done with your stew? Thank you." Take the bowl from her. Here you goes for your sacrifice.
Thanks.
Nana watches in horror.
She's intrigued as well. She's actually yeah, she's curious. But I think she'll probably
Yeah,
be
I'll
standing a
st-
little farther back than that, though. I don't think she wants to get.
I'll send off and just talk the dwarves down if they act like they're gonna gank the pig.
Yeah, they're definitely kind of. Well, I'm glad you said that because they have actually gathered at the edge of the camp. And
Blood! You need it too. If I need to get splattered, so do you.
I think they're a little farther away than that.
Yeah, you better stand back.
And they've gathered kind of surreptitiously at the edge of the camp, and they're speaking Dwarven to one another. So I don't know if you'd be able to understand Rook, but they definitely sound angry, and you can see that they're brandishing weapons, and they're looking determinedly at the at the burning pig.
Yeah.
And it's not too much longer after that one of them makes a move and the other four follow.
How far into the ritual would you say this is happening?
I would say you just set it on fire.
Okay.
And Rook, what do you do?
I will grab the one in front's shoulder and just like put my hand out.
Uh-huh.
Obviously I don't speak the language, but I will try to calmly coax them down.
And
Something important's happening, you know.
And he says, "You're darn right, something important's happening. They're burning the freshest meat we've had for days. I'm tired of eating gruel."
Well, how about a hunt? There's more where they came from.
And he says, yeah, he's gonna think that over for a second. And he says, "Well, help yourself. I'm gonna get what's already cooking." And he's gonna start walking away again.
Blood attack.
I'm gonna position myself behind Harold, between Harold and them, so he can continue uninterrupted. And I've got my quarterstaff ready to make big sweeping motions to keep them at bay.
I'm going ostrich.
Nice.
I have a bowl of blood,
That's right.
and I'm not afraid to use it. Now that I'm splattered.
So, yeah. So they've rolled up. They've ooh, that's an 11. An 11 on ostrich. Beautiful.
Okay, freehold. All right.
So they've rolled up. I guess Tyrion and the ostrich and Harrison are kind of standing up front, and he says he's gonna point the axe at you, Tyrion. He says, "You're a holy man, and I respect that, but you best be getting out of my way."
I'll say, "You're a hungry man, and I respect that, but I do not bend for those who have no respect for the sacred."
And he says, "And I bend for no man who has no respect for a good meal." And he's going to jump towards you and swing his axe down. What are you gonna do? Meanwhile, the other three are kind of fanning out, and they're I think one of them is going towards. Well, I guess probably no one's going towards Harrison. I think the
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm really intimidating.
There's a giant ostrich, a huge barbarian, and this mammoth priest standing there, and Harrison's daintily dressed and holding a bowl of blood, going, "I dare you, I dare you."
Try me.
I'm going to
So-
take the defend action.
Oh, okay, very nice.
I'm going to take an experience point.
You may roll that.
And
I'm gonna yell out to Harold, "Watch your back!"
Currently, like sitting on my knees, sort of like in prayer. Like my eyes just light up, and I turn I look at them. I'm furious.
Meanwhile, the three are kind of like the other three are trying to fan out and maybe move around, trying to skirt around both of you to just go directly to Harold. Aziz, did you want to do something?
They have weapons drawn?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, closest one's getting a kick.
Okay.
So that is just a D6. 5 damage.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
going for more of a knockdown than a knockback.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll hit him powerfully, and he'll go flying back. Meanwhile, the other two are going to slip past you and start moving straight towards Harold. Harold, what do you do? And Harrison, if you need to do anything, you can definitely enter.
Yeah, excuse me. I am offended. I would like to cast a spell.
Okay.
Do I just press the little die if it wants to roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, so I still have to roll to do the spell though, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me spell book.
come on, magic spell. Ooh, that's good damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good damage.
I hope the spell worked.
Where is it? Spell book.
Should
Under
be-
moves.
Oh, there it is. Cast a spell.
There we go.
Yeah.
7 through 9, the spell's cast, but choose one. I'll go ahead and draw unwelcome attention after I pew 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 one. I make the magic missile out of the blood of the boar.
Blood mage, huh?
Fear my blood sickles. Sickle cell anemia.
That's
It's the
terrible.
rabies.
So
I hope you have your vaccinations.
so you'll hit one of the other dwarves that is heading towards Harold, and you'll definitely like you'll definitely slow his movement down a little bit as he gets barraged with these arcane missiles, and he is now going to turn towards you, and
I'm in danger.
You can see the fury in his eyes, and he says you're going fucking down, and he almost leaps and flies through the air towards you. Harold, what are you doing?
I draw my axe for the first time, and I sink it into the back of the closest dwarf, or the one who's going for Harrison.
Okay. Well, there's one coming towards you, and then one going towards Harrison.
Okay, I'm going for the one that's going to Harrison.
Okay.
I'm no longer in danger.
Midair target
Well,
practice.
7, so he gets to deal damage to me as well.
Okay.
I do my damage.
Oh.
Oof.
I mean, at least he's
So
taken some damage.
So you're just gonna scrape harmlessly against him. His armor is going to block the damage. Meanwhile, the other dwarf is going to come up behind you, and thwack you on the back of the leg. However, he's doing it with the blunt side of his axe, and he'll do some damage too. Oh, he'll do 1 damage.
So he does nothing.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have 1 armor.
Yeah, so he'll
Slap fight.
he'll thwack you on the back of your leg with the blunt side of his axe, and he looks up at you like what's next, big boy?
I haven't even noticed him. I don't look at him.
What else is going on?
Yeet him. Do it.
Well, I'm flanking with the ostrich, with one of the doors.
Okay.
I feel like we're kind of trying hitting it. Me, Tyrion, and Harold and Aziz have kind of like knocked him off,
Okay.
but I don't attack.
Okay. And then who's next? Who wants to do something next?
Let me know when it comes back around to me, because I've already failed to defend.
Anytime at all. If you wanted to
All
jump,
right.
if you want to jump in here, you totally can.
Then, what about the guy that was coming at me? He hasn't done anything yet.
The guy that was coming at you.
I believe he had an axe.
Yes, he did. He originally was going to sort of like keep you busy while the other guys flanked. But
Okay.
now that the other guys are kind of getting their asses kicked, he's going to try to like slip by you, and I think he's gonna bolt for the pig.
All right. Then I'm going to, I guess, pursue and try and defend the pig.
Okay.
Which is an odd. I'm defending a burning pig
A
corpse.
dead pig, yeah.
That's right. What are you doing? I'm defending the pig corpse.
You must
sleeping?
protect the ritual.
I am absolutely defending that pig
Ooh,
corpse.
yes. So you
I
get
went from double ones to an 11 plus 2.
so you get 3 hold on this, and you can
I
spend
do.
them 1 for 1 for each for any option. You can spend them all at once. You can spend them. You can hold on to them and
Yeah.
spend them as you wish. But yeah. So basically, he's going towards the pig. So what would you like to do?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold and just kind of see how the action plays out, and so I can decide how best to use these.
Yeah, if you're standing in the way, then he's definitely trying to move through you again. So
Yep.
so if you guys are entangled, he'll definitely see that he has to get through you to get the old pig. So he'll definitely I think he'll try to slice your quarterstaff in half.
Oh.
At this point in time, if I see Tyrion on the defense, I will try to basically knock that one down too.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend another hold for the kick. I don't know if it's an option in this game, but I'm going for non-lethal.
Yeah. That's that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we don't want to kill these guys. We just want to teach them a lesson.
Right. So yeah, that dude.
I mean, you say that.
So yeah, he gets kicked, and basically like he's just gonna go flying off into the darkness. Let's see, the first dwarf that got kicked, I think he's probably gonna sit down for a moment. I think the one that attacked Harold, or that Harold attacked, who was going towards Harrison, I think he has. You kind of hit him and did 1 damage. He's still flying towards Harrison, and so Harrison, you've basically got this dwarf, this angry-looking dwarf with an axe, like flying straight towards you, getting ready to chop into you. What are you doing about that? Harold has failed to help you.
Can I cast magic missile again?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Busy with the gods, okay? I was distracted.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Watch, I can try and handle myself. So again, I'll just draw more unwelcome attention to myself, and then deal an additional 5 damage.
Yeah, and he's gonna go flying back again. And at this point, you're going to feel, Harrison, you're going to feel a strong gauntleted hand on the back of your collar, kind of lift you up, and pull you back as this armored behemoth steps in front of you. And she says,
Hera.
She says, "What's going on here? What are you all doing?"
She's interrupting Harold's ritual.
And so the dwarves are kind of gonna stop fighting. They're kind of like they're looking at Hera. What are you guys doing?
I'm
Yeah,
shoulder to shoulder with Tyrion right now.
Yep. I'll say, good lady, these dwarves, while hungry and well-intentioned, are attempting to interrupt a sacred ritual, and we cannot allow it. We stood on the defensive, they attacked us, and we held them off so our friend could complete his holy obligation.
How honorable.
And
I mutter to Hera.
My wingman over there.
Yes, and so she's gonna shoot daggers back at Harrison, and she's gonna say, "You have blood on your ruffles."
That we don't talk about that, because luckily,
Yeah, she's
these
not
don't
gonna.
have
She's
to be
not
put
gonna.
through a machine.
She's not
These
gonna
can
let
be
you finish.
hand washed
She's
and
not gonna
tumble
listen.
on blow dry, and
Yeah, she's not gonna listen. She immediately cuts you off as she turns back to the dwarves, and she says, "Get back to the camp." She says, "Roast pig is nothing to lose your life over," and she says, "And it would be mighty unfortunate if I filed a direct complaint with your supervisor."
oh my god, she's
Ooh,
a
she went all
Karen.
Karen.
You're not my supervisor.
The dwarves are gonna grumble and spit and curse, and but they'll gather themselves and sort of head back to the camp. The leader, Dugan, was that his name? He's gonna look back at Harrison, and he's gonna say, he's not gonna say anything, but he's gonna like point his axe at you, and then he's going to put his thumb up to his throat and do like a slitting motion across.
Yeah, and then I take the blood-soaked branch and I
And yeah, and then they will go back to camp, and you will be able to finish the ritual in peace.
When you all look back to Harold, he's standing there, sort of in a trance, just staring blankly onto the ground.
Oh, hey, buddy, do you need some more blood? It's okay, we can finish the ritual.
No, the ritual's already tainted.
Well, why don't we go find another boar? It shouldn't be too hard, especially with me in my flashy clothes. I could run out, scream in the forest, and something sure will be come running.
I'm afraid I've angered the gods even more.
Well, why don't we ask them? Hey there, gods, and I'm gonna like strut off in like one direction, talking to the sky. If you're angry, lightning on that mountaintop over there.
Instead, the fire is going to crack, like the pig fire is going to crackle, and a piece of hot grease is gonna fly off and sort of hit you like square in the forehead.
And if you're really, oh gods! Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll! Covering my face and rolling around on the ground. It burns! Come on, that's not gonna make you laugh. I'm in pain!
Why would I laugh seeing my friend in pain?
Oh my, he's ill.
Hera will approach you, Harold, and she'll put a hand on your shoulder, and she'll say, I don't know what the ritual means to you, but I apologize that it was tainted. She says, I saw those damn dwarves leaving the camp. I didn't think they were coming out here to bother you. I should have stopped them when I saw them. I should have known.
How many more days of travel do we have before we reach the Vulture's Arena?
2 more days, if they're good days.
That gives us plenty of opportunity to find another sacrifice. Look at all this endless woods. Come on. Chin up, big guy.
Tyrion, Aziz,
I can assist you to find worthy game.
As can I.
And me too.
no, I have another task if you'd be so kind.
Of course.
Do you both have a dagger?
Yes.
I never consented to being a sacrifice. I just wanted to put that out here.
So
Certainly.
you're not the sacrifice.
Whew. You had me worried. You didn't even address me. Ask for my help.
Hera says,
I don't think you want to slit my wrists.
Hera says that when you say Harrison will not be the sacrifice, Hera says, I doubt. Oh God, I'm mumbling. She says a sacrifice has to be something of value, Harrison.
Oh.
I punch her in the face.
Oh no!
Don't fucking disrespect. Like you can say no to him all you fucking want, but don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, she'll punch you back.
Oh my god. And then he wants us to slit his wrist. He's trying to kill himself. This is terrible. I say I make a song.
I still have a few holds left, so I may have to intervene here momentarily. But
Okay.
It's fine getting punched back. That's
Just let him duke it out, Tyrion. It'll be all right.
I'm gonna lean to Harold after he gets punched. And say, I'm just gonna whisper, I think Harold may have brought that on himself with some antics this evening. Harrison may have brought that on himself with some antics this evening. Best to let Hera cool down.
She's already mad. She's stomping away. She says,
Yeah.
she said, she's mumbling to herself, "You try to help some people, and this is how they treat you." And she says, break his skull. I'll break his back over my knee. And just kind of like just mumbling as she's heading back towards the camp. She might push past Rook a little forcefully, maybe knocking him to the ground. Just kind of like a get out of my way.
Yeah,
kind
I'll
of
get up. I'll get up. Yes, ma'am.
Looter, what the fuck? And they say I'm temperamental.
I don't know who says that.
Typically you guys.
No. Well then,
Maybe not aloud, but
Harold, do you remember our ritual earlier this evening, where we sought guidance from my gods?
Yes, I do.
And they said that you were on the right path. And you took comfort in that. Do not let this moment ruin the peace that brought you. As Harrison says, we still have time to set things right with your God.
You might be right. It's just hard when you don't know what all of them think.
Yes.
all you need to really worry about is just one, right? Ha ha ha. And then when he like looks at me, I look down at the ground.
I'm sorry for taking up your time, everyone.
It was not a waste.
No.
Not like the caravan's moving anyway.
It was a worthy task. The fact that we did not succeed does not mean it was a waste.
If this force hadn't interrupted, it would have been success.
And look at it this way, you got to splash blood on Harrison's face.
Now hold on a second. This is gonna sting probably, and I'll like pull out and like my tunic and look at it. Ugh.
Indeed,
Ugh.
your ruffles are stained.
Ugh.
I tried to just get it on your face, okay?
I understand completely. I mean, I was glad to be able to help. And now I'm going to go bathe.
Yeah.
Skips off into the nearby river.
All right.
Oh.
I call after Harrison and say, should I tell Hera that you need to speak with her?
No, but you could tell Fala for me. Thank you. The fucking half giant rolls in.
You're just like you're running towards the water, and then you just get boom, like.
Oh.
Like you just like
Pulls out this big old loofah.
I don't. When Harrison has not, gone away into the back to camp, sort of, I would just say to everyone, I didn't think I'd have to say this, but I do envy Harrison's way of thinking sometimes. The carefreeness, the free-spirited sort of actions that he does. Sometimes
Yes, definitely a little ball of energy.
Yeah. I don't think he's innocent either. I think he's seen his fair share of, well, shit. That is something I could actually learn from him.
Perhaps he just hides it better than the rest of us.
Might be.
Yeah. Yes, well.
all right. And so, is there anything else we need to explore in this scene at this time?
I don't think so.
Not
Nothing.
at this scene.
So, so the next day we'll bring you all to the town. the town of Hawthorne. And let's see.
Oh, I have a move for that actually. It is a port in the storm. When you return to a civilized settlement you visited before, tell the GM. Oh, well, visited before. Tell the GM when you were last here. They'll tell you how it's changed since then. I don't know if I've actually been here or not.
Up to you.
Let's see. So, like, where is it on the little map?
Right here.
This little town here. I'd like to imagine. How far would it be from Happy Tree? I guess like a couple days travel.
Yeah.
Let's say I haven't, or no, let's say I have, and just the last time I remember, it was kind of like how like Western saloons, sort of city towns are set up. You know, like they got that like one way road, and there's like stores and houses on each side. But like that's all. It's just like one real long strip of it,
Okay.
and then that's how I remember it.
Yes. Well, it's changed. The way it's changed since you've been here last is now there are. You hit the farms first. The farms outside the town, and as you make your way to the town proper, you can see that a tower has been constructed of wood and stone, and outside of it are many soldiers dressed in crimson blade attire, and there seem to be a lot of them about the tower and about the town. So that is how it has changed since you saw it last.
Oh, and by the way, when I say Western style, I don't mean like the actual like the desert sort of look. I just meant like that. Like I said, like that. There's like a long road forward, and like no like little like sub streets or alleys or anything, but just that one long road forward, and like houses and saloons on each side.
Yeah.
Or stores on each side. But so I've noticed the occupation of Crimson Blade people in a new tower.
Yes. It looks like a garrison of sorts. Like a yeah. It's got stables.
Yeah, so I've definitely changed into a new pair of clothes.
Okay.
Not bloodstained, and Cass said Harrison is dressed as Clint Eastwood in my head. Yeah, dude, I got this cool like leather like kind of look going on. I even got like nice little boots with spurs, and I do have a dusty hat. It's looking a little musty. There's a hole in it, but that's all good. Magic missile gone wrong once. We aren't going to talk about it. So, strutting to town like fucking. Have you guys seen the movie Rango with like the lizard chameleon?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's walking
That's
like he walks into town, and he's going to find the first person and ask them what's going on.
Yeah. So you'll be kind of moving in with the caravan, but once you get into the town proper, Riker will tell you guys to kind of give you the day off to kind of look around and stuff, but to make sure you check back in periodically to make sure everything's okay with the cart. Hera is going to stay with the transport all day. She has not spoken to you guys since last night, and
Tyrion, I think you should go talk to her.
And so she's offered to stay with the cart instead of going into
So
town.
you said repeatedly. What do I know about the Red Cloaks?
The Crimson Blades, Red Cloaks. I like Red Cloaks.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah, they're Red Cloaks now.
okay.
So yes, the Red Cloaks. They are sort of a military. They're the military division of Stefan the Crimson Blades, ring.
Okay.
There and Tyrion, you would probably know that these ranks are filled with like the senior members of these ranks are filled with probably with bandits that you once hung out with. But there have been many new recruits since then, and most of these people. Actually, you know what? Give me a discern realities. 'Cause there's some information in here that might be.
I have an 8.
Go ahead. You can ask one of those questions there.
So I can pick one.
Yeah.
How about what should I be on the lookout for?
So just as you guys are kind of moving into town, you're noticing some things. You're kind of looking at the garrison, kind of maybe seeing if you recognize anybody, and maybe not. And you're going to see this this decorated individual. He's not like he doesn't have like medals or anything, but his pauldrons are like a little shinier than the other guys, and he's on a horse, and he's basically just like kind of marching around the tower on his horse, like yelling at people. And I would say the impression that you get from him would be that he is definitely new to his position, and he is trying to assert his power. And he seems to be in charge of these soldiers, at least. So you're probably kind of eyeing him with some caution.
All right. I know the Red Cloaks. I was friends with some of them long ago. This one there on the horse, he's a bit out of place. He's newly promoted and feeling his oats a bit too much. We need to give him a wide berth. He's a bit drunk with power.
Understood.
Right.
Should I warn the caravan?
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, you can tell some
So-
people.
I'll go and warn Hera. Let her know what I've observed of this guy so that she can help keep the caravan safe. And also make sure she's okay, while I'm there.
Yeah, when she sees you approaching, she's gonna kind of intentionally kind of like look away, and when you tell her what you need to tell her, she says, noted, understood. I will keep
I'd like
this.
to talk. I would like to talk later about the events of last night.
She said, what is there to talk about?
Harold struck you. You struck Harold back. Your comments about Harrison were not unwarranted, but Harold did not know the full story, and things got out of hand. I still have great respect for you. Do not begrudge you your feelings, but I do not want there to be ill will between you and me or our group.
And she says, as long as that animal keeps his distance from me, then I might not have to put him down. You're a good man, Tyrion. But,
His ways are not ours. Give him time.
And she says, she'll finally look at you, and she says, you're a good man with great patience. I don't have the patience you have, Tyrion. If he crosses me again, I will strike him down where he stands.
I pray it does not come to that. I will see you later.
And she says, she'll look like she wants to say something else, but she'll just kind of turn around and she'll turn away and let you go.
Oh, the drama, the tension.
Yeah, coming from the woman that almost cut Rook in half over opening
and
a door.
stabbed me like 4 times in that, one in the woods.
I imagine I probably have to glare at Harrison as I'm walking back from a conversation with Hera.
Yeah, because I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah, and I just give you a
so how did it go?
fine.
Oh, what does that mean? Oh.
It means that she and Harold are not exactly going to make soup together anytime soon.
When are you going to make soup with her?
Why would I make soup with her?
At that point, Clive Gesualdo in the background, you can hear him like pompously saying, "Oh, they have an inn. I'm sure it's nothing like the accommodations I'm used to staying in, but why don't we check it out?"
I'm
And
going to kill her.
I'm going to help you.
It'll look like a happy little accident.
and
I'm going to the inn.
So and he's traveling with he's walking with Dwamir and some of his attendants, and they are on their way to the inn. Yes. So what does everybody want to get up to while they're in town here?
Hide your women, hide your children. There's a murderer staying at the local inn.
You don't have to say that. They know I'm here.
No, not you. Clive Gesualdo.
Tyrion, you can see that Harrison's like loud proclamations are drawing the attention of that guy that you were worried about.
Yeah. It's time to move along. Have this conversation elsewhere.
Okay, can I still scream?
No.
Can I sing?
Singing is fine, I think. I'll keep an eye on him while you do so.
Okay. Clive Gesualdo's a murderer.
How's that going
Stabbed
over?
me in the back, then stabbed her.
Feels like he's just talking. I don't know.
So now the guy's riding over on his horse.
Yep, no, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. He's going to ride up, and he says, "What's your business in Hawthorne?"
I will pass it through in the caravan. How are you, my friend?
He says, "Things are peaceful in this town for the moment. I'd like to see them stay that way." And he's gonna.
Oh yeah, then you might want to get rid of that guy that just went in the inn.
He's gonna look after him, and he's not gonna say anything, but he says, "Keep your songs to yourself, Bard. I hate music." And
Would it help if that guy's also a bard?
Excuse me. I don't think you've heard any of my songs about Harold the Magnificent.
And he says,
I've never been called that. What?
Shh, shut up.
And he says, "Harold the Magnificent," and he'll raise an eyebrow, and he'll look over the lot of you, and he says, "None of you particularly stand out."
Oh, come on, I bet you can guess which one it is. It's the little nubby
I'm standing
half-lady.
in wolf pelts and fucking like the full-on Viking attire.
Come on, take a guess. This is a fun game we play.
He says, "Get back to your business. If you see anything suspicious while you're in town, make sure to alert the guard as soon as possible."
Yeah,
I believe
Clive.
he was just trying to, but...
Yeah, I just Clive, this big bushy eyebrowed motherfucker, really suspicious.
And he says, any guest of Dwamir is off limits here.
Even if he's a murderer, okay.
And he looks at the lot of you again, and he says, I don't think he'll say anything. I think he'll just give you a glare. He's definitely not used to this much sass.
I'm a glare back at him.
Yeah, me too. I'll purse my lips too.
I don't even look at him.
Yeah,
I'll make sure I'm standing behind Harrison while I'm glaring, so it looks like any effect of what I'm doing is just coming from Harrison.
Yeah, I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna ask you which cart you're with in the caravan.
I don't think that's any of your business. If our cart goes, Hera,
Can I point to the one with the dwarves?
Oh no!
Give me a defy danger with some kind of deception thingy.
Charisma.
Yes, I believe so.
Can I aid in any sort? Can I aid?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be like, yeah, that's all right there. Can't you see my name plastered on it?
No.
Hold on, I'm coming.
This is about to
All
get.
good.
This is about to get dangerous.
That's some
Woo!
juicy XP you got there.
Aid. Where is it? Aid?
Should be on your
Aid or interfere. It's like
There
top
we go.
first basic move. Can I aid as well?
I think we. Well,
Or is it
actually,
maximum of 1?
Maximum.
Actually.
It doesn't really matter. It just gives you a +1.
Oh right, it's not cumulative.
Oh, I accidentally added +2, but it should be a 1.
Okay.
So 13 to aid.
Okay. So so they take a
take-
a +1.
Oh, it doesn't even do anything.
However.
Unless I cast my arcane art.
Mm.
Then I can make it a +2.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Let me see if I can cast it. Which I do, but then I draw unwanted attention.
Uh-oh.
You
Or-
asshole!
Yeah, so he's going to okay, so this will just barely work. Stumble, hesitate, or flinch, all of your worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. So so I think the worst outcome and the
I'm gonna
unwanted
get the shit kicked out of
and
me.
the unwanted
That's the worst.
I think the worst outcome and the unwanted attention are going to go hand in hand here. He's going to call a couple guards over, and he's gonna point to the wagon with the dwarves, and he says go thoroughly inspect that wagon over there, and confiscate his loot.
No! I run.
Is this a
No.
defy danger or?
Yeah, let me see, with what?
Dex, maybe?
Oh, what about quick thinking?
How do you do
It's
it?
too late for that.
How do you do it fictionally?
My quick thinking is I'm going to run into the inn and hide in a room and change into somebody else's clothes.
Go ahead and roll.
Where's my little thingy? Defy danger. Let me roll. Come on now. What the heck? It is not allowing me to roll Defy danger. Oh, there we go. Okay. How does a 12 work? I look like a whole different person. I'm no longer my cowboy garb. I am a pretty lady. I have like the little bonnet over. My loot is on my buttock, so I'm just a very bust, voluptuous lady.
Well, so we'll have you run into the inn, and then maybe hide amongst the patrons. I don't know if you can get a disguise too quickly, but you can definitely hide. And some of the guard will chase after you.
No, not again.
Once they get into the inn, however, the tavern / inn, however, they'll kind of be like looking around, like where did he go, and this young lady who this young lady, she apparently works there, but she's going to she's going to see the guards come in, and she's going to kind of crouch down but behind the bar, and she says are you with the bandits?
No, I'm with the caravan.
She says, oh okay.
What are you doing? Are you hiding too?
She says, no, nothing.
I'll tell you why I'm hiding if you tell me why you're hiding.
Would you like to be frank and open?
Yes. Or charming and open, I think is what it is.
Mhm.
Let me open it up. Kiki, you really being needy. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
When I speak frankly with someone, you can ask their player a question from the list below. I feel like it's not. I guess. How can I get you to tell me why you're hiding from them as well?
Oh, she says, "Oh, I'm not hiding. I was just I was hoping you were with the bandits."
Why is that?
And
Or would you like to ask me a question? Wink, wonk.
she's going to she gets to ask you a question too.
Wink wonk.
Wink, wonk.
From the list, right? She says, "Well, if you're not with the bandits, who do you work for? Whom do you serve?"
His name is Harold the Grey.
And her eyes will get wide, and she says, "You must take me to him."
I will, but I need to get Dumb and Dumber off my back, and I'll like peek over, see where they're at.
So the guards are.
I never formally employed Harrison.
So the guards are like stomping around the place. Like did you see a very flamboyantly dressed man run through here? Looked like a peacock, sounded like one too. And so they're like looking for you, and you're gonna hear a voice say, "Actually, he's with me, a special guest of Dwemer, and I'll ask you to see that no harm comes to him."
I will never be turned. Oh my god.
You'll hear them say, "Is this true?" And Dwemer will say, Yes, whatever the bard wants." And and they will go out, and Clive will come over and knock on the top of the bar and say, "You're welcome, my dear friend."
I am not your friend. As I stand up, I.
Come now.
What do you want? What is it you want?
Can't we let bygones be bygones?
Murder is not a bygone. That's
was-
something that sticks with me forever.
You and I both know that it was an accident, Harrison. As much as you want to blame me for what happened, it was unavoidable.
You know, yes, Clive, thank you so much for your assistance. I must get going. Twitching.
And he'll stand and watch. As you try to leave, though, you'll feel two small hands kind of grip your arm, and she'll say, "Please take me to Harold."
Yes, just stay away from Clive, okay?
And she'll go with you, and as you guys get away, she says,
That's so bad. Oh my god, I hate that fucker.
And as you guys move away, she says, I think he's actually quite handsome."
Excuse me, I don't believe I even got your name.
Temeria.
Temeria, darling. What do you think of me?
You're all right, I guess. A bit feminine.
Oh, right.
A bit feminine for my taste. I like it.
Besides that, I've been working on my muscle tone.
I like a man with a strong brow.
I'm sure you'd like a man that wouldn't murder either, but that's besides the point. Let's go meet Harold. He has a very strong brow, too.
And so while all that's going on, the guard, infuriated that Harrison has run off, and so now he has taken to grilling you on why you guys are traveling with this caravan. Where do you hail from? What is your business? He's asking, like, he's grilling every question in the book. He's going to look at the halflings very very suspect and or suspiciously, and yeah, I mean, he's just giving you guys like the 9th, 10th degree. What are you guys doing?
Can I help you?
I'm sorry?
I'll say, can I help you?
Yeah. This is the military guy who's in charge. He's just like I think he'll probably talk to Tyrion, because Tyrion kind of asserted himself as being in charge earlier, and so he'll probably be grilling Tyrion.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I think I'm hunched over with the
In the-
halflings. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's fine, Harold. It's fine.
I'm talking to the guy's horse.
Yes, do that.
The horse is like, I've seen some shit, dude. Actually, the horse might be. Well, I mean, a horse.
Horse is probably smarter and more capable. So you can
Uh,
find out.
What do you want to ask the horse? Yeah.
Just mainly I want to see how well this guy's taking care of him. You know,
Impeccably.
you can tell a lot about somebody by how they treat their animals.
It's your horse.
The horse is impeccable. It is in great shape. However, the horse will reveal to you that he doesn't actually take care of the horse. He has his stable boys do it. And the horse will also reveal that. And the horse, I feel like, kind of has like almost like a sort of militaristic tone as well. And
It's Max from Tangled.
Sergeant Chestnut.
Max from Tangled. Oh my god.
And it will reveal to you that that it's out here. They're trying to catch some bandits.
Okay. Well, I'll let the horse know that if I see any, I'll let him know.
And he'll whinny with glee. Tyrion. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Are there any like details that I know about Stefan that I can just kind of like casually drop to this guy to kind of intimidate him just a little bit?
Maybe. Maybe spout lore.
All right, let's spout some lore.
Yeah.
I bet I'm great at that.
Oh,
I
well,
am not.
You'll be leveling up soon.
Exactly. Expect that sick bastard.
I'm gonna still talk about Stefan as though I know him and talk, just like so. Didn't know Stefan was in the habit of promoting such emotional people to roles of leadership, or are things just going badly here in town?
And before he can actually say anything, you're going to hear someone. You're going to hear someone from across the way, maybe behind him, go, "Tyrion, is that you, Tyrion?"
Oh shit!
the guy on the horse, he'll turn to see who's coming, and he'll kind of roll his eyes as the person approaches. You can see he's a rather portly fellow, a little older, but you definitely recognize him. His name is Milton, and he actually is someone who who used to roll with you and Stefan back in the day.
Milton?
And
That-
he says, well, little more of me than there used to be, but you look like you've been staying fit.
Steady diet of violence and travel.
Ah, those were the days, weren't they?
They were. What happened to you? And how is he on a horse and you're on the ground?
Well, I'm the leader of this fine town, and
Ah,
he's been sent in to deal with the bandit problem, which is what you should be doing, isn't it? And he'll say, that's what you should be doing, isn't it, Krauser? And Krauser will, the man on the horse, he'll kind of pause for a moment. You see he's thinking of saying something.
before he can, I'm gonna turn to Milton and say, to be fair, one of our member were singing too loudly, and that obviously affected his ability to find the bandits, and so he was trying to quell us in order to fine-tune his hearing.
Krauser will say, well, yeah, I think Milton will give out a hearty laugh, and he'll look back up at Krauser and he'll say, well, go on, get out of here, go take care of your bandit problem. And Krauser will kind of glare at him and glare at you, and trot off towards the tower. Milton says, well, you seem to be keeping fine company. And who are your companions?
Ah, yes. My friend Aziz here,
Hey,
a fellow man of a different faith, but a faith of its own nonetheless. He puts his trust in nature.
Yeah. All that hog swallop. If the gods were here, if the gods were here, they'd be helping us out of this mess.
They are.
And
They walk with me. I am teaching my friend Rook here of them, and
how do you do
Mhm.
it? Are you eating? Rook?
Yeah, me.
What are you eating? Where did you get food?
Yeah, I hadn't even seen him leave.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Who did you steal food off
Gave
of?
him some rations before when I destroyed his plate of food in the bar.
Yep, that's it. That's my ration.
Uh,
and this is the legendary Harold the Great.
I don't know why people keep giving me adjectives that I have no idea how they got there, but sure.
And he says, Harold the Great. I heard you brought a man back to life by shitting on his head.
I've heard the same stories.
And,
All right, I guess.
And he says, just as he's about to say something else, you're going to enter Harrison.
And anyway, so when I wrote that song, oh, here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Harold the Fabulous.
Another
Okay,
adjective.
now, I know you're just fucking with me now. Like,
Milton, this is our good friend Harrison the Bard, singer of legendary tales and a fine talent.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Harrison Bradshaw.
He says,
Milton runs this town. Old friend of mine.
He says, "Ah, a bard. Well, that'll do some good. Get on old Krauser's nerves and maybe improve the mood around here a bit."
Well, I tried, and he told me to shut up and said he was going to confiscate my loot. It was quite a tragic scene, actually.
Well, if he says anything about it again, you can tell him to suck my fat. And then before he gets the word out, the girl is going to this young maiden is going to exclaim, and she's going to fall at your feet, Harold, and start sobbing.
Yeah, see, he does have a strong brow. It's great, isn't it?
Harrison, what did you do to this poor young woman?
Turn to the side, turn to the side. She wants to see your brow profile. Turn! Come on!
Milton Milton is going to hastily grab her and kind of by the arm and like pull her up and say, "Get back to the tavern. You're embarrassing yourself, girl." And
I was actually... She was going to show me around town, Mr. Milton.
And he says, he kind of gives her a look and gives you a look, and he says, "Well, off with you then."
Come on now, Tamaria. Harold, I'll speak to you later.
Okay,
Okay? Do you get it? Later?
Off with ya.
Okay. Come on, Tamaria. Show me where the bathhouse is.
I
Well,
lean over to Milton and say, we very rarely know what it is that Harrison is talking about. But he sings a good tune and tells a good tale, so we keep the lad safe.
Well, not to mention who's gonna tell your story, Tyrion, if not the bard.
True, he is said to be working on a tale for me.
and he says, come on, there's plenty of stuff back from the old days to write a song about." And he'll turn to Harold and Rook and Aziz, and he says, when we worked together, we were tearing up the land. Those were the days. We would ride into a town, take down the lord's soldiers, steal their rations, distribute them to the people. It was a good time.
You don't say.
I'm sorry for having stolen your battle brother.
It's for stolen what?
The ballad.
Your battle brother.
Battle brother.
Oh, and he says, he left of his own accord. But come on, the sun rises high in the sky. It's getting hot. And where are you staying?
And I look at the ground like, here.
We hadn't sorted it out yet.
Well, we do
Probably
have-
back at the caravan.
And he says, "Bullshit! You're staying with me tonight. I've got room for you. And provisions."
Thank Your hospitality is generous and appreciated. Thank you, my friend.
And
that's my white out. Yeah.
he'll wave his arm or wave his hand as if it's nothing, and he'll say, "Come with me, come with me." And he'll take you to his manor, which is probably the only, besides the inn, it's probably the only 2-story building in the town. It's it's rustic, but it's large and nice. And he's primarily interested in bringing Tyrion in. So if the rest of you wanted to go do something else, you totally could.
I would try and catch up with Harrison
Okay.
and the poor crying woman that he took away with him.
It's best that whatever she's saying is not said in front of Milton.
And what about Rook and Aziz?
I'll probably try to locate the tavern. Get some food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to check out the tavern as well.
Okay. All right, good. Goodness. So let's follow Rook and Aziz for a moment. When you guys get to the tavern, there's a gathering outside the tavern doors, and there are cries of anger and and cursing. Primarily above the roar of the crowd, you can hear dwarven curses, and sure enough, the dwarves that you fought last night are up in the front, making the most noise, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll just.
What are they making noise about?
One more time.
What are they making noise about?
So if you listen in, or if you just talk to the person in the back of the crowd, who might be somebody you know, maybe it'll be oh, who else have you met so far? Maybe it'll be Duncan. Yeah, Duncan's around. So Duncan will turn and he'll say, it's absolute bullshit. He says that Dwemer bastards rented out the whole inn for the night. Nobody can stay in or go in and have a drink.
Can't even go drink?
Oh no.
This is bullshit.
Yes, it is.
Good.
Someone
Disgusting
should do
what I was
something
saying.
about that guy. Someone should do something about that guy.
And that's kind of what the dwarves are saying, but less nicely. They're up front. They're just like, it's like, how you gonna keep a man away from his ale? Oh, come on, fucking, we've been on the road for days. This is an outrage. This is absurd. And you can see they're getting all angry, and as you've seen them get before. And usually when they're about to do something real rash. And sure enough, one of them is going to say, fuck this, I'm going in. And he's going to go to kick down the door, and he's going to disappear inside for a moment, and a few moments later, his lifeless body will be thrown out.
Oh shit.
Damn.
His comrades
Okay.
his comrades will take that body, and they'll one of them gets ready to charge in through the door, and is greeted very quickly by three of Dwemer's private guards, and these guys are like, they have like really nice like weapons. I mean, they're armored and geared up to the teeth, and they sort of step out. One of them has blood on his blade that he's wiping off, and the dwarf goes to sort of confront him, and he sees the guy. He sees all three guys, and one of his friends kind of like pulls him back and says, "Come on." And they're gonna take their friend and walk back through the crowd.
I mean, is the dwarf
All right.
dead, or dying? Is it?
Mostly dead is still partially alive.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
I mean, the dwarfs piss me off. I don't want him to die. I actually have poultices and herbs that can do some healing.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely follow them to where they're going and try to help if you like.
Or if I see Harrison or Tyrion.
You won't at this time.
I won't. Okay.
Yeah, they're off doing stuff.
Yes, when you carefully treat someone's wounds, you heal them of 7 damage.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so if you want to follow the dwarves back to the or a little ways away from the crowd, they're cursing and saying, Dugan, I can't believe it. How could they have done such a thing? He just wanted a drink. And he's the other one's saying, those fucking guards, I could have taken all 3 of them. I'll burn this place to the ground, raise this whole village. My brother. And at this point, you can come up on the scene if you like.
I don't know. The more they talk, the less I like them. Yeah, I'll still offer to aid them.
They'll eye you suspiciously, like they don't know, like, why you're trying to help them. But
Listen, you're assholes, but you don't deserve to die.
And they'll agree with that. And
Yeah, we are.
yeah, they'll back up and let you do your thing.
Alrighty. And I will treat wounds.
So you work the poultices and the herbs to the best you can. He's not dead. He's just heavily injured. And after you have done your work on him, he is greatly improved. And I mean, not so much that he like, he'll definitely have to take it easy for the rest of the duration of the trip. But he's still alive, and he won't die. He's going to when he comes to consciousness, he'll look up and he'll say I think I owe you my life.
Aziz just like,
Probably, but we can discuss that later.
And he'll grab you by the collar and he'll say, "No."
oh god.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
That's something I've wanted to say for quite a while now. No.
Oh god.
No, he'll say.
Now, I brought this ring with me.
He says. What's a good? He says. On behalf of all of Clan Hammerfall. He says, I owe you a blood debt.
Oh my.
Nice. No, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He's
The other
"Okay."
the other 3 dwarves will sound that off, and they will give you many thanks. They will it's crazy how quickly they turned. Like you guys are best friends now. They'll tell you about the hidden cask they have in their cart, and they'll invite you to come drinking with them. You too, Rook. You guys are basically brothers now.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, I'm sure once we get a couple cups in, since the inn's not available for food, we're going to have to go do some hunting.
And he says, yeah, and one of them, his name is, let's say his name is Fenric.
Is that the one I saved, or?
No, you saved Dugan.
Dugan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dugan.
Fenwick is going to say, yes, a nice juicy plump roast pig, and this time we're gonna eat it.
Sounds like a
Well,
plan.
lead the way.
And Dugan
Count me
says, I wish I could join you, but I can't be out there just yet. I'll stay here and watch the cart.
Understood.
I'll go out. I won't go too deep, but I'll go out.
All right, and so so you guys are going out hunting with the dwarves. Let's see, I think there's 4 of them altogether, right? So 3 dwarves and you guys go hunting.
Yeah.
Awesome. So so we'll switch over to Harrison and Harold and Tamaria. So as Tamaria is as you're leading, rewind back to the back to when the group split up. Harrison, you're taking Tamaria away. She's going to be tearfully. She's gonna be sobbing, but not like a loud sob, just kind of a stifled sob, and she's going to be looking for comfort in your arms.
Yes, I will gratefully hold her in my arms and kind of like scuttle away in like not like a super private area, but away from like wandering eyes, I guess. And to Mary, what happened? What is going on in this town?
And she says, uh, she says they're going to kill him. They're going to kill my brother.
Who's your brother and why?
And she says, and she's gonna cry some more, and but once she gets herself back together, she says, my brother he's the leader of the bandits.
Claria. Why does he live such a lifestyle?
So she's going to say, she's going to say, it's not what you think. He steals so that he can give it back. The taxes that have been imposed on this town.
So then I have like flat, like I'm seeing Tyrion because I'm sure Tyrion has told us his stories.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
And she says he steals from the town and saves it for winter. The taxes that are being imposed on the town, they're going to leave us with nothing. We'll starve when winter comes.
oh boy. Okay. May I cast one of my spells?
Okay.
Well, I wait for Harold to catch up with us.
Okay.
I want to try and cast telepathy. Well, let me read it first. I'm gonna make sure it's. You form a telepathic bond with a. Oh shit! I have to touch him. I was gonna touch. I was gonna try to communicate with Tyrion and let him know what's going on, because I feel like he would be really understanding of that situation as well. Shit. Okay. So all right. I'm going to wait until Harold approaches, because I'll tell her that we can help. I know I don't seem like I can do a lot, but my friends can.
And she says, yeah. So she'll when you guys will be talking, Harold, you can approach at this point.
Harrison?
Harold, oh boy, are we in a messy situation and we just stepped foot in town? Okay.
Harold the Fantastical.
You were in the tavern for 5 seconds.
Harold the Magical.
What did you do?
Harold the Amazing. And she's going to swoon a little bit when she sees you, Harold. She's going to she says you have to help liberate our town.
Then let me explain. Harold, let me explain.
I just want to say, there are many adjectives thrown about here.
You are all those things, my friend.
moving on.
Anyway, so what's your brother's name, Tamaria?
She says, she says his name is Zarthus.
So, Tamaria's brother Zarthus lives a very similar lifestyle to that of Tyrion before he became the cleric he is now. He's essentially taking from the rich and providing to the poor. Because in wintertime, a lot of people don't make it through or suffer really badly. Some die. And he's trying to do a deed by helping these unfortunate souls. Because it seems like Milton has forgotten his ways. And he's letting people suffer. Her brother is going to be executed? Is that what I'm gathering? Do they have him in holding or something?
No, they haven't caught him yet. They can't. They can't be allowed to.
Okay, so what are we? Okay, that's great, Tamaria. What are we trying to do to help you and your brother?
Drive the Red Cloaks out of town. Make them never want to come back again.
How many are there in town? Do you know, out of curiosity?
There's probably stationed in town at any given time. There's probably maybe like 30, maybe 30 to 50 with the other 50 on patrols around the area and protecting the road between Vulture's Arena.
Today's a good day to die.
Great.
Okay. Give us some time to think about this, Tamaria. Because there are a lot of them here. Unless you have any ideas yourself?
She says, well, I pray to the gods often, and last night I gave a particularly powerful prayer. And then today, Harold the magnificently great, fantastically amazing, strong,
Fabulous.
fearsome came walking right into the town.
Oh,
It has to be a sign from the gods.
What?
She says,
Harrison, a minute of your time.
She says
privately.
there might be a way to get them out.
Yeah.
If Harold were to slay the Lindworm.
The what?
The who?
The Lindworm.
Do I know about this creature?
I can spout lore?
Yeah, go ahead
Same.
and spout lore.
Spout that lore.
Let's
Can
spout
we
lore
both
together.
try?
Okay, Kiki, you're on my mouse pad. Stop trying to click for me. Let's both spout lore. Spout lore. Bam. No way. No way. We rolled the same thing.
Hashtag twinsies.
At 20. The Harry's in action.
Wow, yeah. So like at the same time.
Yeah, we're both like Lindworm.
Oh, the Lindworm.
So I'll say,
the Lindworm baby.
yeah. So Harold, I'm gonna say you know that this thing is a bad sign. This thing is a harbinger of doom sort of thing. Normally, like it's only seen when there's plague and blight on the land. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, he's gonna think he's angered the gods. Stop talking.
And then,
Stop talking.
Oh boy.
And then Harrison, you know that it is popular lore that if you are to slay one, balance is returned to the land. And there are even some that say that a wish is granted to those who.
And now I'm excited.
Balance
of the land.
However, that's just what you hear. You know that's probably just some fantastical embellishment. Like
I know, I believe it. It's just Harrison, okay? Really?
So Harrison looks really excited, and Harold's like, "Oh God!"
Yes, we have to slay it. We'll get a wish granted.
Do you know what this thing is?
And then we can wish that we don't die at the Vulture's Arena.
And-
Easy.
And Tamiria says, "No, we must wish for the Red Cloaks to leave. That's my brother's plan anyway. But he's been having trouble tracking it down. He's been having trouble finding it. It seems
Where's your brother?
It seems everybody sees it, but no one knows where it is. But now that Harold's here, Harold the Magnificent."
Tamaria, where's your brother?
He can surely help Zarthus track down the beast and slay it.
Tamaria, stop looking at his brow. His eyes are right there. Now. We need to speak to your brother.
And she says,
We
"Of
do, and also we need less adjectives in front of my name.
Or adjectives.
What about adjectives behind your name?"
Harold the Pretty.
That is also illegal.
Harold the Fearsome.
So she is going to. She says that she can take you to her brother, but you'll have to go under the cover of night.
I don't have armor. Oh, night.
Oh God! Oh no! No!
Alright, I'm gonna
Oh.
let you guys talk. I'm gonna let you guys talk amongst yourself about that real quick. I'm gonna go get some more coffee. I'll be right back.
You can totally leave your headset on, by the way. Take it with you.
I keep forgetting that.
Thank you.
I'm so used to being tethered.
Is it Bluetooth? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's a Corsair headset. I got it for him for Christmas. It's
Nice.
Oops.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I can hear everything.
That's really nice. I like that one.
God, it's amazing. I'm so happy. It was
It
one of
is
my
amazing. I don't know
it's
what
like
I
one of my-
did. I don't know what I did to
Ever
deserve
made.
it, but
I may have to have you message me the specs on that one.
oh yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh, come on, dog. Come on. Oops.
Oh, pupper.
in the ominous dark.
So
Spooky dark dog.
So yeah, so
Dog shepherd.
so she says under the cover of night, and I think
I don't have
there's-
armor. And then dot.
And then we're
dot.
gonna switch scenes.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch back to Tyrion, who is you're being shown into Milton's house, and he says, "Come on in. No, take your armor off. Stay a while."
Don't mind if I do. Been a while since I've been in a place that actually felt safe.
And he says, "Well, safe for the time being. Between these damned bandits and the Red Cloaks, and then I hear there's trouble at the Northern Pass."
Is that where we came from?
You guys came from Happy Tree. The Northern Pass. You would know that there's a large horde of orcs that are gathering,
No, okay.
and so it's been weighing on the minds of the people for a minute.
Gotcha. What's going on with the Red Cloaks? I mean, other than that prat.
He says, "Oh yes, well, that's who they're promoting these days. Anyone who can blow a feather up Stefan's ass." And
Pity.
he says, "Sometimes I think back to when you left, and I thought I might be served to have followed you, but of course then I wouldn't have ended up here with this town, so... But some days, I long for the freedom of the road, the way it used to be."
Yes, the way it used to be. It can be again.
Ah, no, I have too much tying me down here. You've met, you've met my blasted daughter, and,
That's your daughter.
no,
I had no idea.
He says, yes, yes. Blathering idiot she is. Just like her mother.
And what happened to her mother?
Oh, she died. She died of the sickness.
I'm sorry.
And he says, well, yes. She's a lot like her. Makes me sad to see her sometimes.
I understand that feeling.
But you, what have you been up to? Traveling the road? Caravan guard these days doesn't seem like the holiest of work for Jandrik's champion.
Mess. The caravan is just point A to point B. I'm helping Harold these days reclaim his lands and throw off some oppressors. Seeing if I can pick up a convert or two along the way.
Ha! Yeah, still fighting the good fight, I see.
Always, to my last breath.
You know, these bandits, Tyrion. The irony's not lost on me.
Oh?
We once fought a greedy lord to save the people. These bandits, they think they're doing the same thing. And maybe they are.
Then perhaps you should look in the mirror and decide. Are you really happy with the trappings that you have here, or are you just complacent? Look at these red cloaks. Are they really who you want following you?
And he says, I just want my town to thrive. Stefan's increased the taxes outrageously. He's bleeding us dry. We won't survive the winter.
And then perhaps Stefan needs to be told this is no longer his town, but it's yours.
Tyrion, I don't remember you having a sense of humor.
Do you see me laughing? With faith, all things are possible.
And what are you going to tell to the 100 guards stationed at the new garrison here?
100.
Well, perhaps there are some among them who are still loyal to you, and the others, I'll simply get them to come to their senses.
He says, I'm not denying your skills. You use a hammer, right?
Staff.
A staff. Okay,
Quarterstaff.
yeah. He says, I'm not doubting your skills or your faith, but it's a lot to ask of one man. And he says, and Krauser, well, he's just looking for an excuse to take over. The moment I show any sign of weakness, he'll be on me like a rabid dog. Claim this town for himself.
And you know it has to be done with rabid dogs.
Well, back in the day, we'd put them down, but as I said, Stefan sees fit to give them promotion.
Now we give them a horse and a hat.
And perhaps it's better that way. He'll be fighting the orcs on the front lines. I'll be here, tending to the town. Of course, as I said, we'll be dead by winter if we don't figure something out.
Give me the afternoon with my friends. Perhaps we can observe things that you cannot from your position. Maybe there are answers here.
And he will, he'll nod and he'll say, make free use of my home, please, you and your companions.
Thank you.
It's good to see an old friend. It's good to see a familiar face.
And I'm glad that all of this hasn't changed you.
And he says, I wouldn't say that. I've definitely grown soft. I've settled down. I do love my girl. I love my son, too, even though he's a fool.
And where is he and what is he doing?
At this point, he's going to switch topics, and he says, he's going to think about it for a second, and he's going to change the subject. And he says, he's going to say, you're heading to Vulture's Arena, aren't you?
Yes, that is where we're bound.
And what do you plan to do there, Tyrion?
Something stupid, no doubt.
And
I know my friend Harold plans to stand for Turnip Town. I'm not sure if we're all meant to stand with him or if it's something he must do alone. I need to consult the gods to understand, but we intend to try to put at least some dent in the warlord's influence there.
Stand for Turnip Town. Puh. He says, it'll be a lonely stand. No one stands for Turnip Town. Says,
which is why I must.
And what's your challenge, Stefan?
If I have to. I'd rather there were a different way. Maybe I can meet him for a drink and try and get him to think back to who he was.
Fat chance. And I'll wake up tomorrow and as the man I used to be as well. Stefan's changed. He changed a long time ago.
Oh, I well know that, but if anyone can appeal to his better angels, if he still has any, it's me.
I like your faith. Besides, you'll probably have a better chance of doing that than fighting his second.
Who is his second?
And he says, what's a good name? What's a good name?
What is a good name for his second? What's his second known for? Like, what makes his second so scary?
He is a psychopath. He is an absolute, like, just he enjoys killing. Like, he thrives on that shit.
Argoth the Unhinged.
Argoth. And he says, well, after you left, Argoth took your position as his second.
Damn.
And he stayed that way.
So that was the day he stopped putting down rabid dogs, was it?
And he says, I won't lie, I think you leaving affected him in possibly a worse way. Perhaps if you had stayed, you could have guided him. But that's neither here nor there, though.
I'll meditate on that. I do regret that day, but I could no longer be a part of his mission. It changed.
But Argoth is as strong as ever, especially now that he's got that flaming sword.
Gods. Who thought it was a good idea to give him a magical weapon?
Well, Stefan, obviously. Anybody who challenges Stefan must challenge Argoth and his flaming blade.
Good to know. Well, let's toast to the old days and then see if we can find a way out of this mess.
And he'll drink to that. And as you guys might sit reminiscing for a moment more, we can switch back to Rook,
Yes.
Rook and Aziz, who are hunting.
Yep.
Okay. How is that going?
Swimmingly.
Yeah, got a load.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to use basically turn into a cheetah and flush some stuff out towards the dwarves.
Okay. So I'll say you guys have been able to rustle up some rabbits, maybe
Squirrels.
some rabbits. You've chased a few squirrels up a tree or two. But you're going to come across something strange, Aziz, while you're hunting. You're going to come across a strange claw print in the mud. Something that does not look like a rabbit or a squirrel, or perhaps even a panther.
Is this a spout lore?
Yeah, if you like.
11.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
So something interesting and useful. This looks reptilian in nature, but it's very unique indeed. This is a I don't know if you'd be able to identify exactly what it is, but you know that this is unique and this thing does not belong here. Whatever made this footprint does not belong here.
All right. Now, do I have a idea on like the size? Is it like a large creature or?
It's probably about maybe the size of a herald.
That is large indeed.
Itty bitty.
I mean, obviously, I don't see them, but do they appear to be fresh? The tracks?
Not exactly. They look like they're probably about a day or two old.
Okay. I will make note of that.
Fenwick is going to come over and he's going to say, "What are you looking at?" He's got like he's got 3 rabbits like gathered in a bunch. He's already clubbed them to death. He's like tying them up and throwing them over his shoulder. He says, "What are you looking at?"
I guess I'm going to have to pop out a form to talk to him. Yes, large reptilian creature, not native to this area.
Oh,
Has been stalking through here recently.
what do you think it tastes like?
Chicken.
Yeah, but spicier.
He says, "Well, if you can track it, might as well eat it, huh?"
We can always try. What would that be to track?
Well, so I don't know if you particularly have a move that does that. I don't think there's anything really in the basic moves that do that. But you can basically just, I guess, follow the. I think yeah, I think you could probably just follow the tracks as far as you could follow them. Especially if you're in some sort of animal form, you could definitely. Oh yeah, maybe if you want to turn into something that would be good at tracking.
Let's see. I think hyenas are native to the savannah.
Kiki. Girl.
Yes, hyena. So that is what I will. Ooh, that's a 4.
That's a 4. Mark
Yeah,
XP.
that's experience.
Guys, be
That's
level
a
10 in
fucked
no
up
time.
hyena.
Yeah, so you'll turn into a hyena. You'll still get the 1 hold, I think, because you're special.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you will be tracking the beast, and I don't know if the. Oh, go ahead.
Nothing. I was just gonna say I'll follow stealthily behind.
Okay. Stealthily behind. Okay, so I'll let you position yourself sort of back and away, because what's going to happen is, Aziz, as you're tracking the footprints, a new smell is going to enter enter the area. And it sort of happens so quickly, like it comes upon you so quickly that you don't really have time to react as the trees and the ferns begin to rustle around you. The dwarves are going to draw their weapons, and you'll hear a voice call out saying, "Stop there! Go no further, if you value your life."
I'll just kind of sit and look and see if I can identify where the voice is coming from. Is it Duncan again?
Duncan got the upgrade. Well, it's funny because he's gonna say the same thing as Duncan. He's gonna say, "We've got you surrounded, so don't try to don't do anything stupid." And but now you can actually smell as a hyena that there do smell like there are multiple humans or humanoids in the area surrounding you guys. Rook, you're kind of hidden back. The dwarves are the one dwarf Fenwick is clutching the rabbits, and he says, "You go find your own rabbits. This is our dinner." And out of the bushes is going to stroll someone you recognize, someone both you and Rook recognize, because he's the very prisoner that escaped from you on your way to Tickle Pink.
Oh.
And when he comes out, he doesn't see Rook, and he doesn't recognize you because you're a hyena right now. So he's
right.
So he's going to say, now, no one's after your rabbits. We just want to make sure that your presence here is strictly, I don't know, words, strictly non-threatening.
I'll pop out of form at this time.
It's going to take him a moment to realize who you are, and you're going to see kind of fear flash on his face, and he's about to get rash. He says,
"I'm gonna put my hands up."
So he says, "So you tracked me down, you dog."
No. Tracking some lizard creature. We have no interest in you.
The lizard creature.
I have no interest in you.
And he says,
we're just out here hunting.
You're hunting the lindworm.
Ooh, is that what it was?
He says, well then, I'm afraid we're at an impasse. We are also hunting the lindworm. And both of us can't kill it.
Okay.
I'll come out. I'll come out and say, who is we?
And all 12 of his guys will sort of poke out of the bushes and stuff. Some of them have arrows, some of them are ready to come out with cudgels. They're all in various states of patchwork armor and weapons that look like they've been scrounged. And he says, "Me and my men." And you'll hear a cough, and he'll say, "And women, and women."
I'll say, of course. Perhaps there's enough lizard to go around.
And he says, he kind of gives you a strange look, and he says, "What do you mean by that?"
Well, it's a sizable creature. It's a sizable creature.
And he says, "Are you planning to eat it?"
Well, yeah.
And at this point, he kind of chuckles to himself, and he says, "Well, be my guest."
I just forget Aziz with the quizzical look like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. If you want to eat a lindworm, that's fine. I just don't want it here anymore. It's not meant to be here.
He says, so what is your interest in it then?
It's got to go. The balance in these lands must be maintained, and a creature that's not supposed to be here, it's got to be taken care of.
He thinks about
What
this.
is your interest?
He thinks about this for a moment, and he says, I've decided to allow you to join our little hunting party. Perhaps if we pool our resources, we can find it. And you can have the meat, little one, and we can clear it from the land. But I get the wish.
There's wishes involved?
And,
Yeah, I perk up.
he says, it's a story that my sister told me. Perhaps it's true, perhaps not. It's worth a chance.
So just out of curiosity, what would you wish for?
Did you hear that disembodied voice?
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like a Roomba.
That was yeah. Out of no reason, it just started up.
So he says, what would I wish for? I would wish for the plague on our land to be gone. I would wish for our town to be free. I would wish for the red cloaks to go back to wherever pit they crawled out of.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good to me too.
And he says, good. Well, then it's agreed. You may join our hunting party, and consider yourselves temporary members of our merry band. And he'll go through and he'll introduce you to all of the people. I'm sure they're all very lovely and unique and have their own like little shtick that they have going on. Two of them are probably twins. They all have their like little archetype thing that they fill. Even Remy's over it.
All right.
But yeah, so they'll introduce themselves to you, and the hunt will continue. Shall we check back in with Harrison and Harold, perhaps?
Well, I will suggest.
Oh, go ahead.
We have other members of our group still in town that may lend assistance as well.
He says, can they be trusted?
Of course.
And he says,
And defeating an unnatural menace is right up their alley.
he says, we have unfinished business with one another. I assume we can put that aside for the moment.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Oh, he says
We have
unfinished business.
between us?
Yes.
Oh, that's ancient history.
Yeah, that was a bounty that's came and gone.
And he says, to be honest, I did enjoy my travels with you. I'm sorry I had to give you the slip. Of course, not sorry enough to end up in Tickle Pink.
Slippery one.
Well, you chose wisely, and I do not blame you at all.
And he says, he nods, and assuming he has made a peace with you, he says, gather your friends, and join our hunt.
All right. Brooke, do you want to stay here or you want to come with?
I will come with. I will come with.
Okay. So, so it sounds like there might be a sort of reunion amongst the characters. We could bring everybody back together at this point.
Mhm.
Good.
Where would that reunion take place?
Manor, probably.
Yeah, maybe right outside Milton's house.
That'd probably be good.
Yep.
In the middle of the street.
His house.
So, so you guys can kind of come back together. Tamiria has gone off somewhere for the time being. So it's just you guys plus Duncan. I think Duncan's probably hanging around too.
Alrighty. What'd the dwarves do?
The
They
dwarves.
go back to cook their rabbits? Or...
Yeah, they're gonna go back to cook their rabbits. They say, you can keep your fucking snake. We're gonna eat some rabbits. But if you get hungry, friend, you know where we are.
I will remember that.
And each dwarf will give you a big hug. To both Aziz and Rook. Probably in front of everybody else as well.
I look so confused.
Yeah, apparently if you save a dwarf's life, they their attitude changes completely.
Not that bad.
Huh.
Once you get to know them.
As long as they're well fed, they're not that bad.
Yeah.
But I will share specifically with Harold about this unnatural menace lindworm creature that we've been tracking.
Oh, so you already done the work. Great. Me and Harrison, they're kind of just talking about that.
It grants wishes.
I heard that, but I was thinking more of Harold's situation with the gods. A great deed and such could go a long way.
Should work. Should work out quite well.
Yes, dedicating the act to the gods.
From what I know of his god.
I think a heroic feat like this would certainly. And is your young maiden friend with you?
Oh, Tamaria, is she with us?
Maria.
No, she went off. She said she wanted you to meet her later tonight so she could take you to her brother. Both you and Harold.
I'm gonna mention to all of them. I'm gonna mention all of them. By the way, Tamaria is Milton's daughter.
By the way, Tamaria's brother, Zarthus, is the leader of the bandits, who are doing the same thing you and Milton used to do back in the old days.
That's what he told me.
Oh, my. He just told you that? That was anticlimactic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, could we try that again? All right, ready?
Harrison, it feels like we have accomplished nothing at this point.
Hold on. Listen to this. You'll never believe it.
What is it?
Zarthus, the bandit leader, is Milton's son.
By the gods!
I know, it's absolutely blasphemous. Would you ever expect such irony? Ho ho.
So is Zarthus the name of the escaped prisoner?
Yes.
Oh, Zarthus. Yeah, I know him.
No!
Harrison, that's 2 for 2. We fucked up majorly here.
Aziz, you're not.
We have nothing to show.
Thunder. You're not supposed to be stealing my thunder. How do you know yourself?
No, we met him. Rook and I met him a couple of years ago. He was a
You-
bounty, and we tried collecting it. He got away. Yada yada yada.
A
But
bounty?
that's who we're going to go meet now. So ready to go?
What time is it? I have a date set up tonight.
But Milton's problem is that there are 100 red cloaks in this city, and Stefan and the red cloaks are bleeding the city dry, but he can't eject them. There's too much power here. He would just be struck down, so he's basically stuck. We need to figure out how to get some of the red cloaks to turn, or get rid of 100 of them, and get the city strong enough to defend itself. And then he would govern honorably.
Ye have a wish from a lindworm to collect.
That was Arthas's plan.
Oh,
Milton,
what a wonderful man. We'll get along splendidly.
seems all of our purposes align.
Yes,
got-
we should all go meet Zarthus.
Let's.
So just as you guys are kind of getting your plan together, 3 shadows will darken your plans.
Excellent.
Those 3 shadows belong to Aziz and Rook recognize them as the guys who came from the inn, who threw out the dwarf.
Excellent.
Okay.
They the one steps forward and says,
Amir's personal guards.
Duamir's personal guards, yes.
Yeah. And he says, Harrison, your presence is requested.
Oh, let me guess. Probably by Clive, as I'm looking up at them.
And he says, yes.
Well, I have bodyguards too. Can I bring them?
And he says, he looks everybody over, and he'll look Harold over from top to bottom. He says, your presence is also requested.
Yay! At least I have a bodyguard.
To Harold.
By who?
You.
Duamir.
No, by who? By who?
Oh, I don't know. Is it Clive?
Duamir.
Oh, why me? He doesn't want me. Okay, whatever. Tyrion, Rook, Aziz.
Excuse me,
Will
but
be a moment.
how urgent is this? We are on official town business.
He kind of cracks his neck a little bit. He says, urgent.
Is that
It
supposed
should-
to mean something?
No, Harold. It's not a challenge. Don't worry about it. It'll just take a moment, please. Just believe me, friend. It'll be easier.
Very well.
Okay, I will be safe. I have Harold, and I'll cling onto your arm.
We will not be safe, but we will be together.
I am the size of his bicep. It'll be quite all right.
We will go with you.
We
They
might be safe now.
And the 3 guys will say, just those 2.
Can they at least walk us to the door? I'm nervous.
He's gonna look around and shrugs.
Yay! Thank you so much. I'm gonna tap Tyrion, and now I'm gonna try and cast
Telepathy.
telepathy.
Go ahead and cast. Go ahead and cast it.
I'm gonna try.
Ooh.
That is telepathic.
Telepathy.
How long have
So,
you been sitting on that
I'm
one?
sorry. That was bad.
That's the.
I guess I will do the -1 ongoing to cast a spell until the next time I prepare spells.
Okay.
Damn it.
That,
Well, actually, it's less than that. So you don't have to, because only on a 7 through 9 is when you
Oh,
choose.
okay.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work.
Well, let me see. I'm gonna say you mess the spell up and it works the reverse.
So he can hear me or talk to me.
Everybody can hear your thoughts.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Lord.
wow.
I wonder what I should wear when I go see Tamaria tonight. I was thinking of my chiffon color. What about my ruffles? They still have blood stains on it.
I'm gonna
Can
just
you shut up for a minute?
I'm not talking. What are you on about? Wow, he could be such a jerk to me. I wonder what I did wrong. Was it the tone of my voice?
I'm gonna lean over and just whisper, I don't know why, but we hear your thoughts.
No, that's a real good one, Tyrion. Wow, what a jokester. I really like that guy. You know, for such a, he's such a stick up his ass, but he can actually have a bit of fun every once in a while, can't he? Why's Rook looking good?
I slapped the back of his head like, come on.
Oh. Why did he hit me? Did I do something wrong? Did I mess up his makeup?
This is the worst. This is the absolute worst. This is my actual nightmare.
What are you talking about? You're awake. Why is he being like this? It's like he can hear my thoughts or something.
Oh, good God.
Didn't Tyrion say something
Matt.
about that? Maybe I should have listened.
Oh.
Or maybe they're just pulling a prank on me. Did my telepathy work? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Tyrion? Can you hear me? Tyrion, hello?
I'll
Testing?
hear you loud and clear.
Oh, you can hear me too!
So can I.
Aziz, no way!
Yeah, right here.
Cough if you can hear my thoughts right now.
Like everybody in town starts talking.
I am not going to cough.
The lindworm is here. The plague has started.
I wonder if it would be a little bit more interesting if anybody who touched you could hear your thoughts.
Harold beats me, slaps me.
I'm kind of I think I mean I like where this is going though. So let's
I wonder if Rook will share his roast chicken tonight at dinner. I know he's kind of stingy about it.
let's say there's probably a range on it. So like only people like in a near vicinity of you can hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but yes, let's go in.
So you were being walked in. These shadowy figures have been walking in front of you. Thankfully, beyond the range of this of this reverse telepathy. And once you guys reach the tavern, once you guys reach the tavern doors, they will take Harrison and Harold inside. What will the rest of you do?
Gonna wait
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
If I had the skills, I'd sneak inside, but I can't do that. I'm learning to look at my spells. I wish it wasn't out of character for me to have invisibility.
Okay, so Harold and Harrison, you were taken inside. The place is quite roomy, since there's only like maybe 15 people in here. Most of them are Dwemir's like personal like private guard, and then one of them is Clive. A couple of them are like bar like staff, and of course Dwemir himself, who is lounging in a like a booth table, and he has this wonderful meal in front, like this wonderful table spread in front of him, and but he doesn't seem to have touched any of the food on it. He's kind of just sitting there, and it appears he's like reading through some papers.
Whoa! Check out that spread.
Yeah, the guards who are close enough to you now are gonna turn towards you.
I've been practicing my ventriloquism.
They're going to point over to Clive. Or Clive? Yeah, Clive. And motioning for you to go.
Harold, come on. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'd rather die. I want to go.
Neither do I, and I say it out loud.
And then Harold, they'll motion for you to go sit down with Dwemir.
I walk over and sit down.
I walk over and sit down.
So Clive is standing behind the bar, and he's like making himself like he's tasting the drinks, and he's judging them. He's like rating them on their like he's like going over tasting notes. He's talking to the
Bartendress? Waitress?
yeah. Well, I was thinking if Tamiria was there, but maybe not. Maybe she was just hanging out.
Oh, I
there
rescued
earlier.
her from that. Thank
Yeah.
Christ.
So he's talking to one of the bar wenches, and he's going over all the tasting notes. He says, and this one has a slight hoppy flavor with a toasted malt, and he says this swill is nothing like the grand drinks I've had in the palaces of old. Ah, Harrison, come sit down for a spell.
Yes, I can do that. Don't think about anything. Don't think about anything. Don't think about anything. Don't think about anything. Oh, he hasn't touched me, right? Is it the range or touch thing?
I think the range. It's a range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he says, he'll hand you a beverage, and he says, oh, please think about anything you want, my dear boy.
Dear boy, what? How many years are you my senior? Aren't we the same age?
Yes, but my
Are
experience.
you?
But my experiences have aged me spiritually.
Oh, yes, they have.
I've engaged in the druidic practices of the halflings in the spirit lands, or the whispering plains. I've been side by side in battle with the great barbarian of the north. Stood by as the great cleric of Janric swung his mighty staff and delivered justice to his foes. Oh wait.
Why are you talking about me and Tyrion?
And he says, "Oh, sorry, I'm just practicing."
I'm quite confused. Are you pretending to be me?
Aw. And he says,
I'm gonna actually go in the room and strangle you here in a moment.
yeah, no, he just says, well, these are all my stories that you stole, aren't they?
No,
He says,
they're not.
Harrison, I have wondered, how long are we going to play this little game? I go out and have an adventure, and you copy the stories and claim them as your own?
What about all the eyewitnesses?
What about the eyewitnesses?
They're gonna see it was me with them. Do you even know Tyrion's last name?
Who's Tyrion?
That's what I thought. Why can't you just make your own music? You're great at what you do.
I do make my own music. You
No, you
steal it.
don't. Is that why you brought me here? You brought me here to tell me you're going to steal my music. Oh, sorry, make your own music.
He says, yes. I'm tired of you running around and claiming to have written the Ballad of Harold, when it was clearly me. I researched him for months. I even met him at a bar once. Quizzed him.
Hi, sitting right here. I have never met you before.
Oh,
Can I?
the poor lad, he's thick in the head. You know this.
Can I be charming and open with him?
Yeah.
Speaking frankly. How can I get you to stop this nonsense. What is it I can offer? What is it that you desire so badly? Do you just find joy in making it your like personal gain of my suffering?
He's going to dismiss the barmaid, and he's going to lean in real close, and he says,
right on his eyebrow.
Ew.
It's so
Ah.
prominent.
Bah.
and
Like
and he's going to say, I want you to love me.
Wait, is he for real? No, you're not. You're playing me right now. You're playing me. He's not. He's not. He did not say that shit. You're playing me right
Those are the thoughts.
Yeah, you're playing me right now, dude. What is this? You're supposed to answer this truthfully.
He did. And he says, so, what are you really feeling right now?
Confusion. I
Stress, uncomfort, anxiety.
so I'm gonna start crying. What is it? I am feeling confused. You want me to love you?
This is not in a romantic sense, but
Oh, thank Christ.
Who's Christ?
Oh, sorry. Oh, thank Jenrick.
he says, when we were both starting out, you were a nobody. I trained for years, was top of my class, and you just picked up an instrument one day and began playing, as if you'd been playing for your entire life. It's not fair.
Clive, it didn't start out that easy. I was nobody, I was nothing. I picked up a spell book and I caused many fires, many injuries, scars, and I don't know, maybe I'll flash him like my chest, like I got like a burn scar or something from when I like cast like a fireball. And it didn't turn out good, you know? So, I mean, we all start from somewhere. You're a wonderful and talented bard. You don't have to take other people's music. I can respect you in that aspect, but you've also murdered somebody I cared for.
And he says, you've lucked your way into every single part of your life. You lucked your way into a ballad. You've lucked your way into Jezebel's arms. You lucked your way into music. I've worked for everything I've ever had. I've put my life into it. How can you be better than me? You stole everything from me.
So you feel in return you must steal from me.
And I'm only taking what's rightfully mine.
And is that the life of Jezebel included?
And he says, I told you before that was an accident.
It was not, and I will slam my hands on the table and get up into his fucking brow.
So while this is going on, let's rewind. Harold, you've been sitting down with Dwemir. When you sit down, Dwemir is going to.
Separately.
Yeah. This is across the room.
Okay. Sorry.
And when you sit down, Dwemir is going to like ignore you for like 2 solid minutes as he's like ruffling through his papers. And then
I start sharpening my axe because I don't have patience.
You'll see his like guard, like they kind of like, you know, they're not like super threatened, but they do take note and they kind of like maneuver. But eventually he'll put his papers down and he'll say, So, the Herald the Great.
No, it needs to be a different adjective. Harold the Muscular.
He says, you're the hero everyone's losing their minds over. And
I couldn't tell you why, honestly.
I have it on good authority that you intend to challenge Stefan the Crimson Blade for Turnip Town.
Who do you hear that?
And he says, well, your bard was proclaiming it quite loudly around the campfire last night. Everyone in the caravan heard it.
Okay, so what if I am?
And he says, it really makes no matter to me. I don't care if Stefan loses control over one of his little towns. However, it's bad for business for the triumvirate. If one of us can be challenged, all three of us can be challenged. Next thing you know, Gaspard will be under attack. I don't mind if you go into that ring to fight. But it would be better if you lost.
I don't see how. And I put my axe away.
He says, this is bigger than you and your pride. I know you think you're doing something heroic, liberating these people, but you have no idea what lies beyond the Northern Pass, what we're really up against. This is not the time for heroics. Pointless gestures.
As I'm quite literally like shaking with anger.
He said, okay.
I am not a prideful man. I try and do what I believe is right. That is it.
Well, if you truly...
It is not because of pride that I do this, out of necessity.
Well, that's
a good friend.
That's
told me that.
That's good to hear. So then you should have no qualms with throwing the fight and losing, demonstrating the strength of the triumvirate. As much as I hate to admit it, you are a bit of a celebrity, and you will gather a following of people cheering for you and against Stefan. And if you lose the fight, it will deflate the movement and restore balance to our world, so we can fight the real enemies, the orcs.
I've heard about these orcs, and the fact that neither of the warlords have dealt with the problem shows their inadequacy of dealing with it.
But with someone like you in our ranks, perhaps we'd stand a chance.
I will not be your underling.
So, pride does motivate you.
No, but following a douchebag does.
But what about the greater good?
Then you can follow me.
And he says,
show what you want me to show, big man.
And he gives you a wry smile, and he says, I'll let you consider your options. You're obviously very heated at the moment. And at this point, you guys are going to hear a slam on a bar top as you like look over. All of the guards like stand up immediately and like they already have their weapons drawn. Harrison, what are you doing with Clive over there?
I imagine I had slammed, I'm like in his face, and I had just said, "You know damn well it wasn't an accident." Like nose to nose.
And he's going to tear up a little bit, and he says, "I swear my life it was. I loved
If you loved me and you loved her, she wouldn't have died."
And he's going to call out to the guards, and he says, "Remove him. Remove him."
I can leave myself. Thank you very much.
And they'll just kind of gather around you and escort you to the door.
I storm over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I push the guards aside, like kind of like huddling Harrison.
My bodyguard will escort me out. Thank you very much.
Never mind, have him.
No. Please carry me.
And
Thank you for the displeasure.
Yeah, and Dwamir won't really say anything. He'll just go back to his papers, sort of dismissing you. And you guys will be ejected from the building. I assume all of you guys are still waiting out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they exit.
And Harrison is like, his arms are at his side, his knuckles are like white because he's like grasping his fists together so hard, like his fingernails are digging into his palms. That bastard is not only just trying to steal my songs, it's like he's trying to steal my identity. He knows everything about you, well, not everything, but he gets the gist of my comrades. He knows Tyrion is a cleric of Janric. He knows about Aziz being a druid from the Whispering Plains. He knows Rook being from Ticklepink and a knobby little halfling thief. And he knows everything about Harold because I've written songs about it.
Where is he getting his information?
Me.
No.
I don't stop. Ever.
That just means that you're good at what you do.
I know, but he won't admit that he killed Jezebel. He won't admit it. It was an accident, he says. An accident. I watched him stab her. Bastard. I hope when we come across that lindworm, it eats him whole.
Hope springs eternal.
Harold, what did Dwayne have to talk about? What the hell? Sorry, my cat just made the most atrocious sounding fucking noise. Are you good? Are you good? Okay. So what did Dwamir have to speak about with you? So I can just get my mind off of this.
He wanted me to forfeit the match.
Oh no.
Forfeit, but lose intentionally. And then join in their ranks, in the warlords' ranks.
How very honorable. That's nothing like you.
Perhaps that explains the vision. It suggests that there may be dishonor and treachery trying to force you to fall.
We're killing a lindworm tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Credits. Yeah, I think we'll stop it there for the night. That was pretty badass.
I see Big B's is on if we wanted to go raid him. So we make some exiting announcements.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead and cue that up. We will we'll do some exiting announcements. Of course, we want to plug dndwow.com. Check them out. They have a great selection of dice. They have metal dice that change colors, and they have a 30mm metal dice that changes colors, which you can get 10% off of when you use our code theactionsturge at their website at checkout. It is a fantastic thing. And of course, we want to give a big shout out to the Plaster Dragon, who's here. He has his own channel. You want to shout that out real quick?
Thank you.
Yes,
You're welcome.
yes, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much for being here, Morat Cake, and of course the Action Sturge crew, Deacon, Forkbuff, and Terry. So
Go ahead, cue it up.
go ahead and cue it up. You can catch us here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Rated.